Coordinates: 19 degrees north, 96 degrees west, 19 degrees north, 96 degrees west, 19 minus 96. The Americas, which are also collectively called America, are a landmass comprising the totality of North and South America. The Americas make up most of the land in Earth's western hemisphere and comprise the New World, along with their associated islands. The Americas cover 8% of Earth's total surface area and 28.4% of its land area. The topography is dominated by the American Cordillera, a long chain of mountains that runs the length of the west coast, the flatter eastern side of the Americas is dominated by large river basins, such as the Amazon, St. Lawrence River, Great Lakes Basin, Mississippi, and La Plata. Since the Americas extend 14,000 kilometers from north to south, the climate and ecology vary widely, from the Arctic tundra of northern Canada, Greenland, and Alaska, to the tropical rainforests in Central America and South America. Humans first settled the Americas from Asia between 42,000 and 17,000 years ago. A second migration of Na-Dene speakers followed later from Asia. The subsequent migration of the Inuit into the New Arctic around 3500 BCE completed what is generally regarded as the settlement by the indigenous peoples of the Americas. The first known European settlement in the Americas was by the Norse explorer Leif Erikson. However, the colonization never became permanent and was later abandoned. The Spanish voyages of Christopher Columbus from 1492 to 1504 resulted in permanent contact with European powers, which eventually led to the Columbian Exchange and inaugurated a period of exploration, conquest, and colonization whose effects and consequences persist to the present. The Spanish presence involved the enslavement of large numbers of the indigenous population of America. Diseases introduced from Europe and West Africa devastated the indigenous peoples, and the European powers colonized the Americas. Mass emigration from Europe, including large numbers of indentured servants, and importation of African slaves largely replaced the indigenous peoples. Decolonization of the Americas began with the American Revolution in the 1770s and largely ended with the Spanish-American War in the late 1890s. Currently, almost all of the population of the Americas resides in independent countries. However, the legacy of the colonization and settlement by Europeans is that the Americas share many common cultural traits, most notably Christianity and the use of Indo-European languages, primarily Spanish, English, Portuguese, French, and, to a lesser extent, Dutch. The Americas are home to nearly 1 billion inhabitants, two-thirds of whom reside in the United States, Brazil, and Mexico. It is home to 8 megacities: São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro. The name America was first recorded in 1507. A two-dimensional globe created by Martin Waldseemüller was the earliest recorded use of the term. The name was also used in the Cosmographia Introdictio, apparently written by Matthias Ringmann, in reference to South America. It was applied to both North and South America by Gerardus Mercator in 1538. America derives from Americus, the Latin version of Italian explorer Amerigo Vespucci's first name. The feminine form America accorded with the feminine names of Asia, Africa, and Europa. In modern English, North and South America are generally considered separate continents, and taken together are called the Americas, or more rarely America, when conceived as a unitary continent. The form is generally the continent of America in the singular. However, without a clarifying context, singular America in English commonly refers to the United States of America. Historically, in the English-speaking world, the term America usually referred to a single continent until the 1950s. According to historians Karen Wigan and Martin W. Lewis, while it might seem surprising to find North and South America still joined into a single continent in a book published in the United States in 1937, such a notion remained fairly common until World War II. It cannot be coincidental that this idea served American geopolitical designs at the time, which sought both Western hemispheric domination and disengagement from the Old World continents. of Europe, Asia, and Africa. By the 1950s, however, virtually all American geographers had come to insist that the visually distinct landmasses of North and South America deserved separate designations. The pre-Columbian era incorporates all period subdivisions in the history and prehistory of the Americas before the appearance of significant European influences on the American continents. Spanning the time of the original settlement in the Upper Paleolithic to European colonization. During the early modern period, the term pre-Columbian is used especially often in the context of the great indigenous civilizations of the Americas, such as those of Mesoamerica and the Andes. Many pre-Columbian civilizations established characteristics and hallmarks which include